Well, that was a terrifying sight. Thankfully it's gone now. Let's not go out there yet, shall we? Let's try and avoid that for as long as physically possible. Because that was downright terrifying, not gonna lie. I could do with less of that in my life. Grating up there, okay. That lets me get to the windows, I'm presuming, but where's the pointing into the windows? Decisions. Anything up there at all? I couldn't see anything from the ones right in front of me. It's only really the ones at the side that are obscured from your view when you look, the whole little array right from the front. Yes, maybe? Is that something right at the top, or is that just part of the design? I can't... No, I think it's actually just part of the design, isn't it? Okay. Looked like a big red button, but no, that is just part of the stained glasses. Accoutrement. Wrong word entirely. I was just looking for something that wasn't me repeating the word design mindlessly over and over. Okay. Now can I... Yep. Abusing the mantling mechanic. I'm guessing that, Okay. Nope. I have to do these one at a time, aren't I? Oh, wait. I see you! There's a bloody switch over there. I knew there had to be something. Don't fall off. You've got 1 point of health left. That would probably kill me. That'd be a hell of a way to go, wouldn't it? Okay. So, what exactly? How exactly did you bring down the great thief Garrett? Well, you see, he broke into my secret plans vault, stole everything, and then fell from a window, broke his ankle, and died of an infection. Don't fuck this up. Ooh. Ah, perfect.
Embrace the coming of the builder's paradise, and rejoice in the humble part that thou hast played.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in now. Secret found. Ding ding ding. Oh, so good I got... What's this? Northern Asp, okay. I didn't even hear a noise. I'm gonna assume that meant good things though. And a flare, which might actually be useful. Judging by how bloody dark this area is. New scripture of the Master Builder, draft page 41. To assist his calculations, Karras drafted a map of the city, and he saw the circles he had drawn and was pleased. Nowhere was there a place that would be uncleansed by the necrotic mutox, and its effect would extend beyond the city. The circles conjoined in the centre, the very heart of the city, the same city that had spurned Karras and denounced the Builder. Karras knew from this sign that all was meant to be as he had seen. Karras spake, Master Builder, Karras will not fail you as the precursors did. Where entire civilization denied thee and was felled by thy hand, Karras shall do thy will. Thank thee for directing Karras to their ashes, to discover their error, and thy gifts they misused, that Karras now uses as thou intended. Karras have built for thee thy children. You know, this seems awfully familiar. Wasn't this basically the plot of Fullmetal Alchemist, or at least, you know, a large part of it? The drawing of circles around a city and such. We are the children of successors to the human race, and by thy hands Karras shall wipe away the plague that we are, that thy children may last eternal, in purity, until they break down or need an oil change. But the Builder spoke to Karras, then saying, O Karras, thou art truly faithful as thou sayest. I give thee now this commandment, that thou shalt remain thyself alive, when all about thee turns to holy rust. When my paradise has come, thou shalt have a place beside me, among my children. And Karras fell to his knees and masturbated furiously over the fanfiction he had just wrote. Yeah. Anyone surprised that this like self-made cult of personality ended in that way, as they always do? And yes, I do have to destroy every tapestry I see. It's codified in law somewhere, I believe. Well, maybe. God, it's so dark. Why has the game suddenly discovered darkness? I mean, like, absolute darkness. That's closed. Oh, god damn it. It's like the game suddenly discovered what the pitch black gamma setting is. Throughout all of the entirety of this game, there've been shadows, most certainly, but I don't think I've ever been in any part of the game that has been, like I say, literally pitch black. And now all of a sudden I'm finding a lot of them in this cathedral area, areas I literally can't see unless I light a flare. Which is irritating more than anything else, I'm honest with you, because there's no, at least what I've seen so far, there's... Okay, I was expecting that to open as well, but apparently not. Guess I gotta head towards the Northern Apes to see what that switch actually did. But, yeah, there's no risk to doing so. The few areas I've encountered that are pitch black, there's been no enemies or anything of any sort anywhere nearby. It's literally, if anything, it's an annoyance more than anything else. You have to crank the gamma up in-game, which I don't like doing. Or, like I say, use a flare and just peg it and hope that I get to the next properly lit segment before the flare dies. I don't know. Okay. So my first stop is going to be base C down there. Should I go straight there? I mean, I'm kind of curious as to what that switch I just flicked did. But this is probably just... I don't know. Call me boring, call me uninvestigative, if you could pronounce it. But, I think I've just kind of got to that stage. I'll go more into this during, like, my little review I do during the credits of the game, because I know this is the last level. I already mentioned, like, 5 or 6 levels back, I looked up how many missions there were. So I know this is definitely the last one. I'm curious to see how this is going to end, actually. I mean, Deadly Shadows didn't exactly have a boss fight, per se. Although there was, like, a final objective and a final person to defeat. So I'm assuming this game's probably going to follow the same pattern. Like, I very much doubt I'm actually going to go and have a punch-up with Karas. I imagine this is pretty much it. Like, I'm going to undo his plans and then watch him essentially kill himself. Be hoisted by his own petard, you might say. Which seems it seems a very Geralt thing to do. Even if you're playing aggressively, like on the lower difficulties and you're shooting shit. I don't know, it doesn't seem right to have like a fall-down, punch-up shootout with Geralt and, well, anyone, to be quite frank. Unless they're pagans. I don't know. We'll see. When I eventually get around to playing the, playing Thief Gold, we'll see how I feel about that when my primary enemies are apparently going to be the pagans. We'll see how that goes. Of course, knowing the way my mind works, I'll suddenly develop an appreciation for them after spending like an entire game officially against them, rather than just having a general dislike. I'll suddenly develop not a fondness, but like I say, an appreciation. Warrior's respect. Of sorts, perhaps. We shall see. But just to re-emphasize the point, as I mentioned, or will have mentioned, in the Dark Souls... Did you hear something? I thought I heard something. Anything in the... hell was that? Oh fuck! Spider! It's flicking rubber bands at me by the sound of it. That's incredibly weird. Childish of you. Creepy spider-faced baby monster. Yeah. Base C, here we are. Now, it's a good job they never guard the elevators, or else I would be entirely boned. I mean, seriously. Just one case where the elevator is properly guarded and I could do nothing. One of the children fetched me today by order of Father Karas to visit him at the chamber in which he now cloisters. Or cowers. It was quite unexpected, as was the conversation which followed. I was able to speak with Father Karas through the slits in the door. He ordered me to find him some new street people to convert into servants. Respectful, I ventured to ask him wherefore, since our supply of necrotic mutox gas containers is gone, and we have no need for mindless slaves when the builders' children are such efficient workers. He told me that the children could not manipulate some things with their appendages as well as a human might, and I was greatly shocked to hear Father Karras make such a comparison. Nevertheless, I pressed on and inquired why did he not simply ask us, his devout followers, to perform for him whatever tasks he might require of such a nature. This Father Karras became quite furious, and bellowed at me through the door. Yeah, we've heard Karras speak, he's not bellowing, screeching, perhaps. Demanding that I comply with his wishes, and asking who I believed would be suitable fodder for the servants, if not beggars and the like. I was much afeard at his assailment, but then he suddenly stopped, quite suddenly, as though some truth had just occurred to him, and without further explanation bid me never mind, to go back to my normal business. I should like to do so, but it was not long ago all this transpired, and already I have been called off to some new special duty by another missive from one of the children. I shall finish this account when I return. Friend Manus. Manus, you say? Was that business to go to Ulisil by any chance? And wreak holy havoc, or unholy havoc, as the case may be, on the entire town. Yeah, my voice will be just going entirely again tonight. What was I trying to say earlier? Oh yes, getting confused about terminologies. Basically, after I finish, well, I plan to finish this game tonight. I'm sorry, my throat is just closing up on me all of a sudden. After I finish this game tonight, and after I finish uploading it, I plan to do a playthrough of the remastered version of Grim Fandango, because I wish for a different type of game. I mean, I do like stealth games, but I've done essentially 2 in a row now, and I'm starting to get a little drained. Let's say with Dark Souls 3, I think I've sort of met my quota of hacky slashy and combat games, and god damn it, horror games don't particularly interest me right now. And let's face it, I ran out of interest in FPSs a long while ago. I still blame BioShock for that. Shitty game that it was.
Who is Karras but the hand of the builder? What the builder wills,
Mine.
Karras does. What the builder wants, Karras makes. Praise
Blah 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 blah.
and the builder.
Alright, you remember to put your patron deity in there somewhere where you were self-adulating. Okay, so we're going to Bay A, which is where we started, to use the rolling machine. Okay, that seems simple enough. As long as the spider monster is gone. Okay. The regulating round we need to use in Bay D is also manufactured in Bay D, so I'm presuming there are multiple machines in there, or some such, or we just have to use like the same machine twice. Seems a bit weird, but okay. Seems like padding, if I'm honest with you, but I shouldn't complain, should I? I mean, I'm going to. I still think doing all of this, building this little mechanism, and then having to muck about with 8 different secondary objectives is a bit much, but oh hi. What are you doing out here? Miserable metallic git. Actually, we're in sort of grassy land, so I'm not going to make much noise. Pretty much the entirety of the sides of the cathedral are in shadow, so... Yep, rolling machine, there we go. I might see if I can get away with just doing this without him noticing. Cause the chute for the... yeah, steel plate. Is basically right there. Wait, steel plate? No, signaling. No, it's a signaling bolt. Stage 1. This, I think... Wait, do I need to put it in there, or do I have to go up on top? Why is there an option to go up on top? Let's have a look at the book. Source material into the basin on top, then a steel plate goes into the side. Okay, so presumably, like, the steel plate is going to be bent around this thing, and then that'll create the stage 2 piece, I think. Okay, so steel plate, steel plate. It's gonna turn out, isn't it, that I didn't need like half the stuff I picked up. Like I should have gone to the plans room directly and then backtracked to get supplies. Or say backtracked, it was like in the next room. Oh well. Vision is perfect in hindsight, right? If you can kindly bugger off out the way in case I messed this up and end up chucking it by mistake. Oh, there we go. Slots into place quite nicely. Now I just need to actually get up, please. Game, please. Game, no, game. I want to step off. For pity's sake. And of course, I land on the loudest bit of floor possible. Of course I do. Why would I do anything else? I mean, thankfully, these guys are. I think they're essentially deaf. They've got fairly decent vision in like a straight line. Crappy peripheral. And if you're in any kind of shadow, you're basically invisible, unless they walk straight into you. I mean, I could speed this whole process up, I guess, by putting him out with a thingy arrow. I know, technical terminology now. Oh, get up the... Place it, Garrett. No, don't... Sure, let's do this. Why not? Chuck that down there while I'm waiting. Get out. No. Why would you put a tiny little lip there to make it harder to jump out? Why would that be a thing? And again, I land on the concrete. But again, like I say, he's thankfully mostly deaf. If they had one of those gold ones patrolling as well, that would be a little too much. I said I need to push a button to activate, so... Button... Ah, there you go. That works. Did that actually do anything though with this? The game seems to be not reacting. Okay, well the conveyor belt is at the end here, so let's have a quick scan to see if anything actually... Oh yeah, there you go. No, I was right, it basically bent the steel plate around, it's okay. Okay. Look, isn't... Surely there's supposed to be like a noise to indicate that the machine actually did something. How would I know if I'd done it wrong? I suppose by looking and seeing nothing came out, but still. Don't necessarily have to give me like the ding 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 noise, but some sort of indicator would be nice. Speaking of indicators, it's got to be around, well, this entire right hand corner. Left hand even cut. Yeah, I know. This is gonna go well. This navigation is gonna go well when I can't even tell left from right, apparently. Now I do want to go and look at what's apparently happened in the Northern Alps, or Apes, however you pronounce it. Possibly without a lisp. So, I might just backtrack on myself through the route I've already, well, not cleared, but the route I know the way through. Just for the sake of brevity. What's that freaky spider little shit gone? It's weird, like, it's weird, I didn't even hear the thing, it just sort of appeared behind me. That's it. I really don't want the, like, you know, mechanical spider beast just appearing out of nowhere. Got terrible visions of them like dropping out of hatches in the ceiling when you're not looking and such. And now it's just entirely vanished now. I'm kind of hoping that like there's just the one of them, and it's like it's randomly patrolling the entire level. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Don't put much stock in that hope, but I have to believe. Or quite possibly go mad. Quite possibly. Okay. Okay.
Long ago, I
No, for pity's sake.
heretics would never
I was waiting for him to shut up so I could comment, and now you start.
The builder's paradise. I anticipated thine oppositions, Garrett, and others who would try to murder me.
And yet you left plenty of ways a thief could use open in your cathedral.
Chamber from which I speak. 'Tis his arms encircling me. And all that I need is here within. I need not emerge until the builder's paradise has come. And you are but dust blown upon the wind.
Well, the risk of being vulgar, Kalos mate. What happens when you need to take a shit? Again, I apologise, but I have to ask. Have you got toilet facilities in there? Do you have a kitchenette in there? Do you have... I mean, how much food could you really stock in a single room? I suppose it depends on how advanced the city is in terms of preservation and such. I mean, you could stock a cupboard like floor to ceiling full of cans of beans, I guess, but ultimately you might die of malnutrition. If not, starvation. Well, that was embarrassing. And so ends Garrett's tale. Not through a bang, but most decidedly with a whimper. My first death of this recording session, and yeah, that's how I die. Snapping my ankle after falling a short distance. I mean, that's basically what happens, right? That's what you infer anyway. It's like, it's not the fall itself that killed you, it's like, you broke your ankle, you landed badly, and then something else got you, be it one of the machines bleeding out, be it infection.
That half of all thou seest is through mechanist machinery, thy metal eye. I gave the eye to thee in the hopes that thou wouldst be an ally, but 'twas not to be. You have eluded me in the past, Garrett, but no one, not even thee, will escape this night.
Yeah, I think this is the first time in-game that you mentioned that, mate. I mean, if you wanted to try and recruit me, perhaps. I mean, giving me the eye was nice and all, I'm sure Garrett appreciates it, but... if you want someone to, like, repay you for a gift, if you give them the gift and then have absolutely no contact with them again for, like, you know, months and months and months, or however long it's been since the events of the end of the first game and such, you can't really be surprised when they, when they don't act as you would like. Creepy thing. Does it even have a boiler? It doesn't look like it's got a boiler. I think I'm just gonna have to avoid those things, aren't I? Yeah. Well, not a great loss, is it really? Staying away from creepy, spider baby mechanical beasts. I wonder... oh god, I'm out of thought. No, me throwing that switch couldn't have let it out, because I saw it before I threw the switch, so... that thing's been clomping around for god knows how long, just purely off its own bat. That's nothing to do with me, thankfully. I don't have to take responsibility for that. Not something I need in my life. Okay. I think it's gone now. Or at least far enough away that I don't have to particularly worry about it for a little while. I'll try and remember to cut out the coughs, but considering the length of the session I'm planning to do, I apologise in advance if I forget. Or alternatively, if I just end up getting lazy and just end up slicing the videos, you know, editing and such, and just chucking them in. That's new. What's that about? Okay. Oh, this is where I put the thingamabobber once it's ready. No. Okay. Why would I ever want to block that off? I don't get it. Okay. A little confused as to what's going on here. Okay. Ah, signal tower. Okay. How do I... Ladder. Right. Gotcha. Time to go be an engineer. Isaac Clarke would be proud. Now, you know, as much as Isaac's proud of anything anyhow. And throw the switch, Igor.
If Karis has any way to detect what I'm doing, I'll know soon.
Right, if I buggered it up and get instantly bumfucked by 1,000 guards, we can assume we did it wrong. Speaking of doing it wrong, don't fall down the game. Yeah, I thought for a second he wasn't going to grab.
Karis didn't pipe up about the sabotage. I don't think he knows.
Oh, the perfect crime. The perfect crime. Okay. Well, we did one of them. That's a good start. But a start is all it is. Secrets. Lots of lovely little secrets. Yes, no? Okay. Where's that flare? Huh? Didn't I pick up a flare? Oh, right. I used it all up in the same bloody corridor. Right, so we're going to assume that room had nothing in because I can't be asked cranking up the camera and searching every corner. Then it's going to wreck the video entirely if I start messing with the in-game gamma right now. Okay. Hup. Ah. Alright, anything in the water? Be nice if the... Ah, there we go. Never say no to more water arrows. Speaking of water, I could do with taking a... Oh god, my throat. A break soon and going and getting a drink. I'm just getting up and walking around, because... It seems to be happening a lot lately. My legs just start cramping the longer I'm sat down. It's a byproduct of the fact I do a lot of walking around at the moment. And cycling too, for that matter. Probably just need to start stretching a bit better after getting back from my cycle. Okay. A couple of different directions that one could go. It's locked. Won't open, Jim. Okay. How about if I go this way? Dum 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 dum. Dum dum dum. Circly. Doesn't go where I thought it would go though. Still no sign of the beige yet. I'll figure something out. Ooh, a glowy pedestal of something. Could be worth a gander, I guess.